Hey collective, what's going on guys? I hope you're well. I'm actually going to do a quick reading for the Mercury in retrograde. This is going to be an all signs reading. But first I'm going to say thank you so much for all the views, the likes, and the shares, and definitely for everybody who has subscribed. That means a lot to me. And if you're just catching me for the first time, please definitely consider subscribing. It really helps the channel grow, and really helps get more of my videos out there. And smashing that like button is also really, really helpful. Also, in the description box below, you'll see details for the event I'm doing Thursday night on June 18th at 8 p.m. It's for Once's virtual venue. You can get free tickets at Eventbrite and join us live for the reading. It's going to be a summer solstice reading. The main focus will be on the musicians right now and the people who aren't able to make, the living they once were off of performances. And I also had, a great virtual market with the Green Witch. I will leave a link in the description box of her website. She sells wonderful crystals and smudge kits, and she just had a virtual venue. It was fucking awesome. So I really enjoyed that. So I've been meaning to add her to the description box below as well. You can find lots of crystals and really beautiful things. She has things similar to this necklace too. Also, I'm rocking my Pause for Survival shirt. Pause for Survival is a organization that helps street dogs in Puerto Rico. And I think it was a couple of years ago, I nabbed this shirt because I donated to them. I really liked the person running the organization, and I thought what she was doing was really great. And she was like, oh, send me a picture of you in the shirt. And it was so funny because I didn't put any makeup on. I just took a quick pic, and then she had me up right next to the girl from Big Bang Theory, the actress. And I'm like, do you know how hard it is being a regular person with your photo right next to a famous actress? And I was not looking right. It was upsetting, but also kind of cool seeing me next to her. It was great. It was, and they're a great organization. These dogs in Puerto Rico, there's a ton of street dogs in Puerto Rico that do not get any care whatsoever. And can only imagine what things are like for them now, so really consider donating to them. They're a wonderful organization. And I saw this shirt and I'm like, I'm going to rock it for my YouTube video today. So I just had to. And I love the orange. So, all right, guys. Enough about that, though. What's coming in during this Mercury in retrograde for all signs? Ooh, let's pray. Sorry, I almost forgot. All right, dear God, highest self, Mother Earth, spirit guides, and angels, please protect me and my viewers by only allowing in messages from the highest of vibrational beings and block any negative energies from entering this sacred space, so mote it be. Shocker, I can't pronounce words. That is a side effect of Mercury in retrograde. I think definitely feeling the shadow aspects of that. Even one of my hotline clients who I never have a hard time connecting with, the call just wasn't connecting today. It was very odd. And so, I'm really excited for this Mercury retrograde, to be honest with you, because it does give us downtime. And I want people to stop looking at Mercury retrograde as being just this awful time and just expecting bad. But be prepared for the slowdown, and be okay with it. Go with the retrograde. Go with the flow, because this happens to us several times a year. We can't freak out every time Mercury goes in retrograde. Yeah, release the need to be right. Release those old thoughts about what Mercury in retrograde brings. Release those old thoughts oh my God, my computer's going to fuck up, or oh my God, everything's going to go wrong because it's in Mercury in retrograde. Go with the flow. See beyond the Mercury in retrograde. See the good in the Mercury retrograde, especially my healers. It's a nice time to just say, okay, maybe let Jesus take the wheel, or whatever it is that makes you feel better. because it really is just a time for us to go with the flow more than anything else and accept that we don't have control. Woo. Release any control issues, release any kind of anxieties, release, there's a new moon coming up too. Ooh. Some of my collective may be missing some people, and there is a way to love people from afar. Definitely reading for some strong psychics as well, or at the very least, you're strong believers. But this is definitely, these two cards here are signs for me of someone who is very highly psychic abilities, big time. But there's still some things to learn, for sure. So let's see what else is going on here. Ooh. Follow the voice of your soul. That guy's a Pisces, I'm convinced of it. The only way to do that, though, is to meditate. Meditate with the Druid. I think that, a strong meditation practice, even, say, all your electronics have just, shit the bed or something, breathe. Just breathe. And know you'll get through this. It's just taking the moment to be like, okay, this is out of my control. I can't control the feelings I get, the agitation I'm getting from this experience, but I can control the emotion that I express from it. And I promise you, this is something I still work on every day. It's not easy. Getting a handle, because we can't handle our feelings, but we can handle the expression of that feeling, and that's emotion. So aggravation, putting your fist through the screen. The last time my printer shit the bed, I slammed it off the floor. Did that help anything? No, zero, nothing, no. So just, whoa. Mercury in retrograde might be bringing you in some moolah. All right, collective. That Ace of Pentacles right out the gate is dope omen. See, this is what I'm talking about. Mercury in retrograde doesn't have to be bad. I'm actually looking forward to it because it means Venus is going to go back into direct right before Mercury goes retrograde. So that's actually what I'm excited about. I can handle a Mercury in retrograde any day. It's this Venus in retrograde that I had a harder time with, and it's a lot more rare. It's not something that happens often. Yeah. Walk away from the idea that Mercury in retrograde is just a shit time for everything. And, Mercury, I used to be one of those people. Just blame Mercury in retrograde. And, I guarantee you I will blame Mercury in retrograde a few times. I will say to quite a few clients, I'm sure on the hotlines at the very least, that, hey, reminder, Mercury's in retrograde. But it's more, I've learned over the years to take the stance hey, let's just remember that Mercury is in retrograde so that we can release control over the situation and just understand that we cannot, we can't make our computer work. We can't make, and the more we try and freak out about it, the worse the computer is going to be or whatever. That's just one example, it's just a more common example, especially now more than ever. We are using our computers. I mean, I shopped on Zoom today. I bought some art. I bought a crystal agate moon. I bought these dope Clueless pins from Pan Scan Art. I think that's the name of it. Pan and Scan. I love Clueless. It's the best movie ever. And I got a craft print. So I did some great shopping online. And if the computer wasn't working, we would have been bummed, And I know, you're having a hard time probably even believing me that you can have a good time during Mercury retrograde, but you can. A lot of people are born during Mercury retrograde. So I would check your chart and see, was Mercury in retrograde when you were born? You might have an easier time during retrogrades. And when everybody else is all freaking out, But if you are bugging, if you're having a really hard time and you're having a hard time letting, wondering what to let go and what not to, this Hermit fell right on top of the Druid. And it's that meditation practice that's really going to get you out of this confusion. You know? I keep getting, lack mentality at the bottom of the deck. Let go. I know it's really, the economy is kind of funky. Kind of funky. It's hilarious. The economy is a mess. At least in America. Whoop. Yeah, money. I think people are really worried about money. I almost lost all my cards. People are really worried about money right now. And I want you guys to understand, though, that the more you worry about money, the more money issues are going to be a thing. You are abundant, and the universe wants to take care of you. So really, if you need this video just to remind you of, like, law of attraction, the more you're like, oh my God, I need money, oh my God, I need money, oh my God, I need money. And this is really, like, you know, easy to say when, you know, but I promise you, I've dug myself out of some major holes, you know, not by myself. And, you know, if you got to ask for help, then you ask for help to get through this time and then build yourself back up. But I have a lot of people here that are doing just fine. It's just that you're bugging out about stuff. You know, so really get back into that Empress energy. Know that you're abundant. Know that you can create all you need in this world. There is nothing that you can't bring in. There's abundance everywhere, and there's enough to go around. It's just tapping into the right energy. And letting go of confusion, letting go of abandonment. Any kind of, like, if you're feeling abandoned, try and let go of that. By anybody right now. I know I have a lot of people who are dealing with abandonment issues right now, and it's not easy. It's not. And they can go all the way back to childhood. They usually do. Whew, Queen of Cups. Good. She's a little cuckoo, though. So work on that emotion. Heal any kind of obsessiveness. Like, you can see often the Queen of Cups is like just staring at her cup, you know, and it's weird. And water signs can be a bit obsessive. So if I'm talking to any water signs here, strong Virgo on the board, as well as Libra and Taurus. Aquarius is here, as well as water signs. Heal any kind of emotional instability. Heal, you know, any kind of obsessive thoughts, obsessions about either yourself or others, obsession about how you look. You know, that's a big one. Even me telling my story about, you know, how I was like right next to a Hollywood actress on a Facebook post, and it just made me feel so inadequate. But I shouldn't have, you know? Shit. So, you know, it's just a good example of, like, you know, this was years ago, and I would have seen it differently now, you know? But back then, I really, really didn't feel like, wow, why am I right next to this actress who is stunningly gorgeous, you know? Ooh, the Magician. This magician's a little obsessed with their cup, too. I've noticed that. But this one looks a lot more like they are, like, getting answers from said cup. You know? You can manifest. There's 3 mages here with the Queen of Cups out of this Busca deck. Busca deck. You'll see a lot of readers fucking up their words because of Mercury retrograde. That's one of those things. But, you know, sometimes those screw-ups can create some of the funniest things ever, so it's fine. But, yeah, manifest the good. Manifest healing, emotional stability, and abundance. That you can still do that. I think there's a beautiful new moon in Cancer. I think there's another eclipse, too. I've got to get better at understanding what's going on in the sky. That really, you know, sort of astrology part of things. You know, oh, that was on my screen. I was like, okay, 6 of Swords. Move towards calmer waters. Like, you don't need to be sitting in this confusion. It's not necessary. 9 of Cups. Wow. Dude, this Mercury in retrograde isn't going to bring in anything bad. Okay? 9 of Cups is wishes fulfilled. Although this Nine of Cups, this guy is like still fishing for him though. Like this guy isn't a typical Nine of Cups. I do see this guy though, he's not unhappy. And he's enjoying himself. I think that, you know, if you have to take a break and put the gone fishing sign up, put the gone fishing sign up and go fishing, if that's your thing. You know, or do your version of gone fishing. You know? I do feel like it's, yeah, 4 cups. You may not be really, really excited with the offers that you're getting lately, guys. But really be grateful that you're in a space that you're manifesting. And do not let the idea of Mercury retrograde slow you down. It's all about, yeah, don't let the confusion stop you. And don't let that stop you from, I don't think that this is one of those Mercury in retrogrades where, you know, like you're waiting for the retrograde to end to sign any contracts. You know what I mean? If you get a great job offer, just because it's during Mercury in retrograde, it can still boost you. Magician at the bottom of the deck. And anything that, any disappointment or any missed opportunities here, guys, it's going to be because you manifested that, you know? And I don't want to see regrets. No regrets. All right. 4 of Wands. Nice. This could be romantic. It may not be career. But ultimately, your goal is stability and happiness. Look at those birds. I just noticed the pretty yellow birds. The deck is so beautiful. And that card is so beautiful. It's got such nice energy. It's the 1111, twin flame vibes. It's got like rainbow 1111 in this one. I do love it. Happy Pride, y'all. I meant to say that. Happy Pride. You know, keep fighting. Keep fighting for those medical rights, guys. That's all I'm saying about that. You are deserving of medical care. It's bold. But really, focus on your stability. Focus on your happiness. And if you do happen to be a member of the LGBTQ community, I'm sorry Pride parades aren't happening, and I'm sorry Pride has like this COVID damper, but you know, you can still celebrate, you know, and you can still do like Zoom meetings with your friends. Stay strong, guys. We're gonna have to move a little slower because I don't like this Knight of Swords. If temper any sort of impulsive energies to want to just like either run away or fight. Temper any fight or flight and any kind of PTSD symptoms that you may have from past traumas. Most people have them, you know, so I mean, shit. Most of us, especially in the healing community, have suffered some form of trauma or another. It's just a thing. Let go of the confusion, guys. What's with all this confusion, you know? And if you move slowly and let go of the idea that this Mercury in retrograde can truly, like, you know, fuck you up. Because it can be a good thing. Especially if you were born during Mercury in retrograde. Ooh, mistrust. You're not believing me. I feel like you're not believing me. Let go of any mistrust. I think, you know, you can see the sun is here for this person and she's not enjoying it. So try and get out and get into the sun a little bit if you can. Meditate, meditate, meditate. And if you're questioning someone's intentions, it might be for good reason. So meditate on that. How does this person make you feel? If you feel like you can't trust them, then there's really no reason to have them in your life. And be the lighthouse. You don't have to be the storm. Okay, you can stay right where you are and just shine your light. That is an okay thing to do. Don't plan on going anywhere. I think travel should be really done carefully still. We had really poor leadership, and precautions that could have been taken were not. And, so now we have to live a certain way. But there's still lots of generosity, and there's still lots of abundance to be had. So do not let a measly Mercury in retrograde get you down. All right, I'm going to pull one from the higher arcana, because this is a lot, you guys. It seems like confusion. Let go of the spirit of confusion, because and be the lighthouse. Those are the two major. Ooh, the star. Second time it's come out today. So focus on self-healing. And do it like a boss, like an emperor, like an Aries, like me. All right? Because take it seriously. Take your healing very, very seriously. Let me see. What crystals does my collective need to get through this Mercury retrograde? Let's see. What crystals? What do my peoples need? Make it clear, Spirit. What do my people need? Oh, there's a bunch. Gold, yeah, I wish. Knight of Swords again. Gold. If you have any gold jewelry, put it on. That might be helpful. Ooh, aquamarine. My March-born people. Bust out your aquamarine. All right, I have a couple pieces. It's one of my favorite stones. It's for courage and clarity. Queen of Swords with Hawk's Eye. This one might be a little harder to find. Hawk's Eye may be a little harder to find. I think a good replacement would be Tiger's Iron or Tiger's Eye, too, if you can't find that. But, yeah. And Five of Swords for pearl. Ooh, I love pearls. So if you have any pearl jewelry and it makes you feel better, put it on. It's very cleansing. All right. The star again with Moldavite. Moldavite, I have this tiny little piece. It's very expensive. But if you happen to have any Moldavite, it's a beautiful stone. It can bring in some funky, funky feelings if you're sensitive. Moldavite always scared me a little bit. But I've got my little tiny Moldavite booger, I call it. All right. Beautiful, you guys. Guys, there is so much healing. This star was very far away. There was a lot of mages here tonight. And so that sort of denotes that there's a lot out of our control. And there's a lot of confusion highlighted. Wow. A lot of confusion highlighted. But, if you settle in, get grounded, meditate, even with Mercury in retrograde, you can still, the first card of the tarot out was this Ace of Pentacles. That is gifts from the universe. You guys have nothing but good things to expect in if that's what, if you believe it for yourself, that's what will happen. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your likes, shares, subscribes. Please join me Thursday night for the event. This week, I think I'm just going to do elemental readings because of the summer solstice reading at once. But again, check the description box below for, links to the Green Witch and the Once event and Pause for Survival. And I love you guys very much. All right. Thank you. Take care. Bye.